Hello students, welcome to your accounts class for today. So today we will be continuing with our topic, that is bank reconciliation statement. I am Janvi Agarwal, Assistant Professor, School of Management, BBD University. So in this lecture we will study in all the numericals that we'll have to face in our examinations. So in BRS the kind of numericals that may come to your exams are we will have to study numericals when debit balance as per cash book is given, numericals when credit balance as per passbook cash book is given, and numerical when debit balance as per passbook is given, and lastly uh, numericals when credit balance as per passbook is given. So there are four conditions when debit, two conditions are of cash book and two conditions are of passbook. The cash book conditions are debit balance as per cash book and credit balance as per cash book, and also the second condition is debit balance as per passbook and credit balance as per passbook. So moving forward, now we will already we have studied the format of BRS, that is in the screen as well as the PPT. You can see we have discussed this format, and so, first and foremost important thing, we will be studying this method of preparing a BRS by debit balance as per cash book. This means that while preparing a cash BRS, we will have to start with debit balance of cash book. So entries on account of which the debit balance of cash book is lesser in comparison to the credit balance of passbook will be added while preparing a BRS and vice versa. So this explains that entries, those entries which are shown in the debit balance of the cash book and they are less in comparison to the credit balance of passbook are added back to the BRS. While preparing a BRS, they are added back to the debit balance of cash book and vice versa. So this was our format for bank reconciliation statement as on particular plus item minus item, debit as per cash book, and we will start, if we are starting from debit balance as per cash book, then we will have to end with credit balance as per passbook. Opposite. It is totally the opposite of the from what we are starting. We are starting from debit, we will end towards credit, and we are starting from cash book, we will end towards passbook. So this is the funda of preparing a BRS. What items we are adding, what items we are lessing, already we have discussed this in our last lecture. So you can go through, before seeing this lecture, you can go through that lecture or our lecture in which we have discussed the format. You can go through that lecture once before seeing this. So now we will move towards our first numerical of BRS. So this is the question of BRS when debit balance as per cash book is given. So on 31st March 2012, the bank balance as per Rajesh Chauhan's cash book was 17,280 debit. On comparing the cash book with passbook, following differences were found. So if we are starting from debit balance as per cash book, and debit balance as per cash book is 17,280. While comparing the cash book to the passbook, following differences were found. The differences were: checks for 8,400 sent for collection have not been cleared by the bank so far. This is the first difference. Second difference is checks issued but not yet presented for the payment. 5,600. There is a debit of 80 rupees in passbook for bank charges, but it is not recorded in the cash book. But first we'll go through the question and then we will start solving the question. So the next is bank has credited 240 rupees for interest in the passbook, but these are not recorded in the cash book. Next is a customer has deposited 2,000 directly in the bank, but these were recorded only in the passbook. And lastly, as per the standing orders of Mr. Rajesh Chauhan, the bank has made the following payments by debiting his account, that is club fees, life insurance, and these were also not recorded in the cash book. Prepare the BRS as on 31st March 2012. So we will now have to prepare a BRS. So the first important thing we'll have to see here is that we have given the information that we are starting from debit balance as per passbook. It is written debit and it is written cash book. So, sorry, we will have to start debit balance as per cash book. So, we will start from debit balance as per cash book, that is 17 to 80. So, you can see in the solution that we will start. Firstly, this is the format of BRS. We will have to write here before starting or before making a table, we will have to write bank reconciliation statement as on 31st March 2012. This date is given in the question, that is on 31st March 2012. So here we will have to write as on 31st March 2012. Next we will draw three lines like this. We will draw a table, and in first column we will write particular, in second column we will write plus items, and in third column we will write minus items. So in this we will again, what we'll do, we will make three columns. Firstly, our first step is we will write debit balance as per cash book, or in case it is given passbook, so we'll write debit balance as per passbook, or it is given credit balance as per cash book. So whatever may be the situation, we'll have to write that. So it is given in the question that the bank balance as per Rajesh Chauhan's cash book was rupees 17,280 debit. So we will have to start from debit balance as per cash book, and we started like debit balance as per cash book, and we amount was 17 to 80. If we are talking about debit balance as per cash book, it means we have enough amount in our account, so it will be written in plus side. Or in this, if it is like credit balance as per cash book, then in that case if we will have to write this amount in the minus item. So make sure if we are writing debit balance as per cash book, then that amount has to be written in plus column. So we have started the question debit balance as per cash book, and in plus column we will write 17,280, which is given in the question itself. Now we will see the differences. On comparing the cash book with passbook, following differences were found. So while comparing the cash book and the passbook, some differences were found. These differences were, first of all, the difference was that checks for rupees 8,400 were sent for collection have not been cleared by the bank so far. So what does this statement mean? This means that check, I being a firm, have sent the check for collection to the bank, but that check has not been cleared by the bank. Means I have already written in my cash book, and I have already increased my bank column of my cash book with 8,400 rupees. But actually, it has not been cleared by the bank. Actually, it has not been showed by the bank in my passbook because they have not cleared the check yet. So in this case, what we will do? We will write 8,400. What we have done? The concept is very clear. What does this mean? This means that I have issued a check, I have increased my bank balance or my bank column of my cash book. Okay, I have increased it with 8,400, but it has not been increased in the passbook because bank has not yet cleared the check. So in this case, what I'll do, I will deduct this amount from BRS. What I will do, I will write in minus item. In less items, I will write checks sent for collection but not yet cleared 8,400 rupees. Checks for 8,400 have sent for collection have not been cleared by the bank. So what we'll do, in minus items, we will write this statement and we will deduct the amount, and means we will write the amount in the minus column. So is this clear? Now second second difference is checks are issued but not yet presented for the payment. So this means that checks have already been issued. Checks have been issued. Being a firm, I have issued a check to my customer or a third party. So I have issued a check, but that person to whom I have issued a check, he has not yet presented the check to the bank for taking the payment. So in this case, again, what I have done, from my cash book, from my bank column, I have deducted this 5600 amount of rupees 5600 I have already deducted from my bank column. But again, in this case, what will happen? My passbook has not, from my passbook, the amount has not been deducted. So what I'll do again, from cash book I will deduct this, I will add back this amount. Why? Because I have already deducted this amount from my cash book. You can again understand this. The concept is, I have issued a check to a third party. That party has taken a check but not presented the check to the bank for taking the payment. So obviously, till that customer will not present a check to the bank to take the payment, the bank will not deduct the amount from my account. This amount, 5600 rupees, bank will not deduct from my account. So till the bank will not deduct the amount, my passbook will not show the deduct amount of rupees 5600. So in this case, again, what I have done, I have deducted this 5600 rupees from my cash book, from the bank column of my cash book while I was paying the check to the customer. So when what I have done, I have deducted the amount from my cash book. Now what I will do, I will again add back this 5600 rupees to my cash book, because it is not being shown, this amount has not been shown in the passbook. So we cannot make changes in the passbook. What we'll do, we will make changes in the cash book. So is this clear? You can see this. Checks issued but not yet presented for the payment, 5600 rupees. Please make sure that while I am discussing or I am explaining the statement, or I'm making you understand what will be the treatment of this particular statement, you make sure that you are writing this in your notebooks. Otherwise, you will not be able to understand without practically solving this. So, do make sure that you are solving this along with me. Now, the next statement is, there is a debit of rupees 80 in the passbook of bank charges but not yet recorded in the cash book. So, what does this mean? That bank has debited my account with rupees 80. Bank has taken or deducted 80 rupees from my bank account for bank charges, as bank charges, but it is not recorded in my cash book. Obviously, if bank is taking or deducting any kind of bank charges from my account, from my bank account, I will not be able to know that the bank has done this activity till I have updated my passbook, till I have seen this in my passbook. So when I will see in my passbook, what I will do, when I will come to know that yes, bank has deducted this rupees 80 from my passbook, what I will do, yes, now I can deduct this rupees 80 from my cash book as well. So what we'll do now, from in BRS we will now deduct this rupees 80 from my cash book. So while deducting this rupees 80 from my cash book, we will deduct it from VRS as well. So we will deduct this 80 rupees from our VRS. Bank charges debited in the passbook but not yet entered in the cash book. We will deduct this rupees 80 from our VRS. So we will write this rupees 80 in minus items. So next, customer deposited, no sorry, next is bank has credited rupees 240 for interest in the passbook, but these are not yet recorded in the cash book. So but what bank has done, bank has credited rupees 240 as an interest, but I don't know about this. So what bank has done, bank has deposited rupees 240 to my bank account, and this information is available in the passbook, but I don't know about this until I have seen the passbook. So when I will see the passbook, what I will do, I will again add this 240 rupees to my cash book in my bank column. So what I will do, in BRS also I will add this 240 rupees to my BRS. interest credited by bank and but not recorded in the cash book. 240 rupees has been added to the BRS. We will write this 240 rupees in the plus items. Now next, a customer deposited rupees 2000 directly in the bank, but these were not recorded in the passbook. So what customer has done? The customer has deposited rupees 2000 to my bank account without informing me, to my bank directly. A customer has gone to my bank, deposited the amount to my account directly without informing me. So in this case, I have not updated this information in my cash book, but this information has been updated in my passbook. So what we'll do, again, we will increase this 2000 rupees in my cash book, and what will be done? The bank account will also increase by 2000 rupees. So passbook will also is already increased by 2000 rupees. We'll also increase my bank column of my cash book with rupees 2000, and BRS will again increase by 2000. So we will add back this 2000 to the plus item. Direct deposit by a customer in the bank, rupees 2000. So next is, according to the standing orders of Rajesh Chauhan, the bank has made the following payments by debiting his account. Rajesh Chauhan has given some standing orders to the bank to directly deduct the amount, whatever amount, fixed amount, like fees and life insurance premium, without any discussion. So standing orders basically means that I am giving uh, authority to bank that they can deduct this particular amount at the last of any month or year, without prior discussion with the customer. So being Rajesh Chauhan, what he has done, he has given standing orders to the bank for debiting his account with 500 rupees and 2500 rupees respectively for club fees and life insurance premium. So what we will do now, bank has deducted the amount 500 rupees and 2500 rupees. Okay, they have deducted the amount from my account, so it will be available, this information is available in my passbook, because whenever the bank will deduct the amount from my account, it will directly be available in my passbook. But it is not in my knowledge. It is not in my knowledge that 500 and 2500 has been deducted from my account. So whenever I will come to know that the bank has paid life insurance premium and club fees on behalf of me, they have made my payments, then what I will do, I will again deduct these amounts like 500 and 2500 from my bank account in my cash book. So what I will do now, I will again deduct amount, these amount 500 and 2500 we will write in minus item, and we will write this as club fees and life insurance premium from life insurance premium. We will write these both amounts in the minus columns, and with this are all the differences. We have discussed all the differences that were between the cash book and the passbook. Now what we'll do? Now next step is to plus all the items of plus columns. Add all the items of the plus columns. That is 17 to 80, 5600 to 40, 2000. We will add all these items. We will add all these items. All these items. Okay, 8400, 80, 500, 2500. We will add this column, we will add this column, we will write here both the total of, we'll write total of both the columns respectively in each column, and we'll end it with double lining. And next, I have already stated that debit, if we are starting from debit as per cash book, we will end to credit balance as per passbook. Starting from debit, ending to credit, starting from cash book, ending to passbook. So it is written here, when we start with debit balance as per cash book, the answer will always will be credit balance as per passbook. So what we'll do now? The difference between both the columns will be our answer. Means the difference between 25,120 and the 25 and the difference between 11,480 will be rupees 13,640. So this difference will be our credit balance as per passbook. So this is our answer, and this is the question, the kind of a question which we will get in our exams when we will have to make a VRS if we are having the balance as per cash book, debit balance as per cash book. So this was the solution. You can go through this once. Now we will move towards our next method of preparing a BRS, that is preparing a BRS by credit balance of as per cash book. So this is in this we will start credit balance as per cash book. As in previous question we have started with debit balance as per cash book. Now we will start as credit balance as per cash book. So if the cash book shows a credit balance, makes and try to understand this, that credit balance as per cash book means my financial situation is not good. We have a overdraft situation. We have taken money more than our that we can take from bank. So it is an overdraft situation. So this is a unfavorable kind of condition for a company. Credit balance as per cash book is an unfavorable situation for a company. So we'll always write this amount in the minus column. So if we are making credit balance as per cash book. If the cash book shows a credit balance or an overdraft or an unfavorable balance at the start, this overdraft balance will be written in the minus column and there will be no change in the column of other items. We will not change any treatment of any of the differences or any of the points we have discussed earlier, but the only change will be we will have to write the starting the carry forward balance from plus to minus. We will discuss this in our next question. So see this question. So see this question now. When credit balance as per cash book is given on December 31st, 2005, the cash book of Mittal Bros showed an overdraft of 6920. From the following particulars, make out a BRS and ascertain the balances as per passbook. So the first we again we'll discuss the question. So in on 31st December 2005, the cash book of Mittal Bro showed an overdraft of unfavorable balance of rupees 6920. So there were some differences between the passbook and the cash books. Those were debited by bank for rupees 200 on account of interest on overdraft and rupees 50 on account charges for collecting bills. And next is checks drawn but not cashed before 31st December 2005 for rupees 400. The bank has collected interest and has credited rupees 600 in the passbook. Bills receivable of rupees 700 previously discounted with the bank had been dishonored and debited in the passbook. And lastly, the checks paid into the bank but not yet collected and credited before 31st December 2005 amounted to rupees 6,000. So now what we'll have to do, again we'll start a question. We will write bank reconciliation statement as on 31st December 2005 and we'll make 3 columns like that, same format for all methods. We'll start in first column we'll write particular, in second column we'll write plus items, in third column we'll write minus items. Now in this case we'll write credit balance as per, yeah, overdraft balance as per cash book. Okay, credit balance as per cash book or overdraft balance as per cash book, and we'll write the amount in the minus items 6920. See in this solution, credit balance or overdraft as per cash book, we'll write we have written the amount in minus items 6920. Now we'll start with our differences. Differences were debited by bank for rupees 200 on account of interest on overdraft and rupees 50 on account of charges for collecting bills. So in this case, what has happened, that the bank has debited my account with 200 rupees for interest, What bank has done, because I have already passed my limits of taking the credit from the bank. So bank has charged rupees 200 from my account for overdraft, for as an interest on my overdraft. So they have taken 200 rupees from my account, and they've also charged rupees 50 for collecting bills as a charge. So what I have done, it has already been deducted from my account. It has already been shown in my passbook. 200 rupees has been shown as interest on overdraft, and rupees 50 has been shown as the charges for collecting bills in my passbook. Means it has been deducted from my account and has been deducted from my passbook as well, but it has not been shown in my cash book. So what I'll do now, I will deduct this 200 rupees and rupees 50 from my cash book, from my bank column of my cash book. Let's see. Interest on overdraft and collection charges debited by the bank. They have written, and they have written altogether the amount as 250. You can also write separately. You can also write, show them separately in the format. You can write interest on overdraft 200 and interest on interest on overdraft and collection charges as 50. Okay, and you can write interest on overdraft 200, and you can show here 250. Interest on overdraft 200, interest and collection charges 50, it will be 250. So you can show them jointly or separately as per your wish, but the amount will be deducted. Why? Because it has already been deducted from my bank account and passbook as well. So we will deduct this 250 and we'll write this in minus items. We'll write this 250 in our minus items. So next we'll see the next point is checks drawn but not cashed before 31st December 2005 for rupees 4,000. So checks has been drawn. Check has been drawn from a firm, from my firm, but it has not been cashed before 31st March 2005. So what I have done, I have withdrawn a check. Okay, I have withdrawn a check and of rupees 4,000. But this check has not been encashed before the date given. Means this till this date, 31st December 2005, this check has not been encashed. But in this case, what I have done, I have already deducted this 4,000 rupees from my cash book while signing a check, or while issuing a check, while withdrawing a check. I have already deducted my bank balance of my cash book with rupees 4,000. But actually till this date preparation of BRS, till the date of preparation of BRS, this check has not been encashed. So means this amount has not been deducted from my bank account and passbook as well. So what I'll do, I will again add this amount of rupees 4,000 to my bank column of my cash book. So what I'll do, I will add this 4,000 rupees to my BRS. That is, I'll write this 4,000 rupees in plus items and will write statement as check drawn but not presented for the payment. Hope it is clear. Next, the bank has collected interest and has credited rupees 600 in the passbook. So what bank has done? Bank has collected some interest of rupees 600 and already credited my account as well as passbook. So bank has done its work. It has deducted the amount of rupees 600 from my account. It has deducted it from the passbook as well, but I do not have information about this interest charges, so I have not shown this deduction from my bank column of my cash book. So what I'll do, I will now show this. Sorry, I'm really sorry. The bank has collected the interest and credited rupees 600 in my passbook. Credited means bank has deposited this 600 rupees in my bank account and passbook. So again, I've listened very carefully. These are the very minute things you have to keep in mind while reading a question, that debit and credit and the differences, this is very confusing. Please look on it, that bank has collected the interest. Bank has collected the interest from some third party. Okay, bank has collected the interest from some third party for me, and it has credited that amount, it has deposited that amount in my bank and my passbook as well, but I do not have any information about this amount received receipt. So I have not shown this amount in my as a increased amount in my bank column. So now what I'll do, I will write this 600 rupees in my plus column, and I will write as interest credited by the bank. So it is done. Bills receivable of rupees 700 previously discounted with the bank had been dishonored and debited in the passbook. So a bill has been received that has been previously discounted of rupees 700 is been dishonored and it is debited from the passbook. So a bill, I have received a bill and my bill was discounted previously of rupees 700 by the bank. But that bill has been dishonored and it is actually been deducted from my passbook. But why it has been dishonored? It has been dishonored due to some uncertain reasons, due to lack of funds in my account or something. So I have deducted when I received a bill, I discounted a bill. Till then, I have written that in my cash book. I have written that in my bank column of my cash book. I have written deducted it from the bank column of my cash book, but actually it has not been deducted in my passbook. So in this case, what will happen? Now, what have the bill that has been previously discounted 700 rupees have been debited from my passbook, but it has not been shown in my cash book. So what we'll do now, we will show this amount here in the minus column. Bills receivable discounted with the bank is dishonored and debited in the passbook. It has been already debited in my passbook, but it has not been debited from my cash book. So what we'll do now, we will debit this or we'll minus this from our cash book as well. We will minus this 700 rupees. What it was 10 that we'll receive this, but actually we are not receiving this now. We would have increased our bank column of a cash book previously, but now we are not receiving due to dishonor of the bill. We are not receiving this amount. So now we will deduct this amount from the our BRS. Lastly, checks paid into the bank but not collected and credited before December 31st, 2005 amount to 6,000 rupees. So what we'll do, check that has been paid to the bank but it has not been collected and credited before 31st amount 31st 2005 amounted to rupees 6,000. Check has been paid to the bank. I have paid a check to the bank. Okay, but it has not been actually credited to my account. But what would have done? While paying a check to the bank, I would have increased my bank column with this amount, 6,000 rupees in my cash book. But actually, this amount has not been credited to my account. So what I will do, what I will do in this case, I will deduct this 6,000 rupees from my bank column. So I will deduct this 6,000 rupees from my BRS as well and write this 6,000 rupees in my minus item. So again, we will add all the 3 or 4 items of this column. We will add all the items of this column and we'll write the total here, double line it. We have started from credit balance as per cash book. We will line towards debit balance as per passbook. Opposite of credit, debit. Opposite of cash book, passbook. So we will end towards debit balance as per passbook and we'll write the difference between 13,870 and 4,600 here. in minus items because we started from here. So we will end here itself. Credit as per cash book equals to debit as per passbook. Okay, so now the third kind of situation or method is, so now we will start with our third method of preparing a BRS, that is preparation of BRS by debit balance or overdraft of passbook. So debit balance of passbook is the overdraft situation for the firm. So if a BRS is started with debit balance, that is unfavorable balance or overdraft balance of passbook, the starting balance will be written in the minus item and all the items will be reversed. So whatever we have done in cash book, here everything will be reversed. In case of passbook, everything is reversed. Each and every item that we were adding here, it will be deducted here, and each and every item that we were deducting there, it will be added here. Keep in mind, while preparing a BRS by debit balance as per passbook. So in this case, in while preparing a BRS, every item that we were adding in cash book we will deduct here, and whatever item we are deducting here we'll add in passbook. Okay. In other words, items shown in the plus column will now be written in the minus column, and the items that are shown in the minus column will be written in the plus column. We will see this through example. So when debit balance as per passbook is given, this is a question when we will start from debit balance as per passbook. From the following information supplied by Sanjay, prepare his BRS as on 31st December 2008. So these are the details. Bank overdraft as per passbook is 16,500. Checks are issued but it is not presented for payment. 8750. Checks deposited with the bank but not collected, 10,500. Checks recorded in the cash book but not sent for the to the bank for collection, 2,000. Payments received from customers directly by the bank, 3,500. Bank charges debited in the passbook, 200. Premium on life policy, 1980, and bill of rupees 3,000 has been discounted with the bank in November. It has been dishonored, and noting charges are paid by the bank rupees 100. So this is the question. So again we will start the question like bank reconciliation statement as on 31st December 2008. We'll draw three lines or a table. We'll draw three columns, and in first column we'll write particular, second plus, third minus item. But now the change is that we will have to write in starting debit balance as per passbook. Debit balance as per passbook. So debit balance as per passbook or bank overdraft as per passbook. We can write in both the cases. We'll write debit balance as per passbook or bank overdraft as per passbook. The amount will be written in minus column. Overdraft as per passbook, 16,500 in 16,500 was the amount, has been written in the minus column. Okay, now we'll now see the differences. So the differences are checks are issued but not yet presented for the payment. Check has been issued but it has not been presented for the payment. Now remember what would we have done if we are drawing the BRS and starting from cash flow. What would have been done? Check has been issued but it has not been presented for the payment. I have issued a check to a third party or a customer but he has not presented the check for payment to the bank. What I have done in this case, in that case, in case of cash book, what I have done, I would have deducted this amount from my bank column of my cash book. Okay, but actually this amount has not been deducted from my passbook. This means what I have done, I would have been added back this amount to the cash book. So in that case we would have been added this amount to the cash book while preparing a BRS. So in this case what we'll do, It is the reverse of cash book. Passbook is totally the reverse of cash book. So we will reverse this, and in this case 8750 will be written in the minus column. So we will write check issued but not yet presented for the payment, 8750 in the minus item. Is it clear? Totally opposite what we have done in two cases, in two previous cases. Debit balance as per cash book and credit balance as per cash book. The addition, whatever we have added till now will be subtracted, and whatever we have subtracted till now will be added back to the BRS. Moving forward, checks deposited to the bank, checks deposited with the bank but not collected. So in this case, what we have done, what would we have done? We have, being a company, I have deposited the check to the bank, but I have not collected the payment from the bank. Okay, but what would I have done? I would have written this 10,500 while preparing a debit balance as per cash book. We would have written this 10,500 in my check. I would have increased my bank column of my cash book. Why? Because I have issued a check. But I have to. I have now only I have to collect a payment. So I have not collected a payment, but I have shown this 10,500 as increased in my cash book. Now what would I have done? I would have decreased this from my cash book. So what now here we'll do? We'll add this 10,500. We would have deducted this from BRS if we were starting from cash book. But in here we are starting from passbook. Now we will add this 10,500 to the BRS. So we will add this 10,500 to the BRS. Checks deposited with the bank but not yet collected. We will add this 10,500. Now next, checks recorded in the cash book but not yet sent for the bank for collection. So again, same situation, checks had been recorded. Some checks that I would have sent to bank for collection, I have not collected the payment from those checks, but I have recorded in my cash book that I will receive this amount from these checks. So I have increased the amount in my cash book. Now what I'll have to do, but actually it is not increase in my passbook. What will I have done? I would have decreased this 2,000 rupees in my cash book. If I was starting the BRS from cash book, but in this case we are starting the cash from passbook. We will again add this 2,000 to the BRS. Checks recorded in the cash book but not yet sent to the bank for collection. We'll add this 2,000. Next, payment received from customers directly by the bank. Payment has been payment had been received from the customers directly by the bank. So in that case, if we are starting from the cash book, if we are starting from cash book, the payment received directly by the bank, I do not have any information about this. When I will come to know, I will add this thing back to the cash book. Okay. So in this case, what will happen if we are starting from cash book? In this case, the customer has deposited some amount to my account directly. I do not have any information about this, so I have not made any changes in the cash book. But when I'll see the passbook and I'll come to know that this ABC customer has deposited this 3,500 to my account directly, I will make the changes in my cash book immediately. So what I'll do, I will increase the bank account of my cash book with 3,500 rupees immediately. That was the case when we are starting from cash book, but now we are we are starting from passbook. In this case, we'll reverse. So we'll deduct rupees 3,500 from the BRS. So we will deduct this from our BRS. Payment received by the customers directly by the bank. So 3,500 rupees has been deducted. It is very easy. While if we know how to make BRS starting from cash book. Passbook is just a reverse. It is just a reverse of that concept. I am again telling that if we are starting from cash book and adding these items, and subtracting other items, it is the reverse of passbook. The items added in cash book will be deducted here. The items deducted there will be added in passbook. So next is bank charges debited in the passbook. Rupees 200 has been debited from the passbook. While preparing a cash book, if rupees 200 had been deducted from my passbook, what would I have done? I would have, whenever I will come to know that 200 rupees had been deducted from my account, I will deduct it from my bank column of my cash book. Okay, so I will deduct this amount from my cash book. But in this case, in while preparing a debit balance as per passbook, what we'll do? Here we will add. Why? There we were adding, subtracting this 200 rupees from our cash book. Okay, so we were subtracting this 200 rupees from our BRS as well. But in this case, we will add back this 200 rupees to our BRS. That is bank charges debited in the passbook. Now, next is premium of life insurance policy of Sanjay paid by the bank on standing advice, 1980 rupees. So, premium of life policy. Sanjay had given the standing orders to the bank to pay the premium on behalf of him to the company of rupees 1980. So, while preparing cash book, if this was the situation, what we have done? Whenever I will come to know that bank has paid this amount from my account, what I'll do, I will deduct this amount from my bank column of my cash book. Okay, and we'll deduct this amount from my BRS as well. But in this case, what we'll do, we'll add this 1980 to my BRS premium on my life policy paid by the. So 1980 rupees will be added and written in the plus column. Lastly, a bill of rupees 3000 that is discounted with the bank in November, dishonored on December 31st, 2008, and noting charges by the bank rupees 100 has been paid. So, a bill that was dishonored on 31st December 2008 was discounted with the bank in November, and noting charges has also been paid of rupees 100. So in this case, what we would have done, if we were preparing from cash book, we would have deducted this amount of rupees 3000 from our cash book, and also we would have deducted this rupees 100 from our cash book. But in this case, what it will happen, it will be added back to the BRS. That is, it has been added rupees, they have written it jointly 3100, you can write it separately also. So dishonored bill including note and charges 3100 rupees. Last step, we'll add all these amounts. We'll add all these amounts. We'll write here the total of both the columns, double line it, and we have started as per overdraft as per passbook. So we'll end per as per cash book. So while ending as per cash book, what we'll do, we have started debit as per passbook. So we'll end as credit as per cash book. Credit as per cash book is the overdraft situation again. So we'll write the difference between these two items here in minus items. That is 10,970. The last situation, the last method. So the last method of preparing a PRS is preparation of PRS from credit balance as per passbook. This is the last method. If the BRS is started with favorable or a credit balance of passbook, the starting balance will be written in plus items and all the items will be written in the same columns while starting with overdraft balance as per passbook. In brief, while starting a BRS as per debit or a credit balance of cash book, the same treatment will be given to various items as given in the format. But while starting the BRS with passbook, debit or credit balance of all the items will be reversed. That is, items shown in the plus column will be written in the minus column and minus items will be written in the plus column. We'll see the question. So the question is, So see the question now. On 31st March 2004, bank passbook of Mohan showed a balance of rupees 15,000 on his credit. Okay. Before that date, he had issued checks amounting to 8,000, of which checks amounting to 3,200 have so far been presented for payment. A check of rupees 2,200 paid by him into a bank on 26 March is not yet credited into the passbook. He had also received a check for rupees 500, which, although entered by him in the bank of cash book, was omitted to be paid into the bank. On 30th March a check of rupees 1570 received by him was paid into the bank, but same was omitted to be entered into the cash book. There was a credit of rupees 150 for interest on current account and debit of rupees 25 off for bank charges, draw up a VRS. Okay, so what we'll again do, VRS bank reconciliation statement as on 31st March 2004. We'll have to start from credit balance as per passbook. Okay, credit balance as per passbook is a favorable situation for a home. So we'll write credit balance as per or favorable balance as per passbook, and the amount of rupees 15,000 will be written in plus items. Favorable balance will be written in plus item and unfavorable balance will be written in the minus item. Now, before that date means before 31st March 2004, he had issued a check amounting to 8,000 rupees, of which checks amounting to 3,200 have been so far presented for the payment. Now, think about the situation if we were starting from cash. So, he had issued a check amounting to rupees 8,000, out of which only 3,200 have been presented for payment. So what does this mean? That out of 8,000 rupees, only 3,200 rupees have been deducted from his account, from the account of Mohan. So Mohan had issued a check of rupees 8,000, but out of 8,000 total checks of 8,000, out of 8,000 only 3,200 rupees had been presented for the payment. Only 3,200 rupees have been in cash. So in this case, the difference between 8,000 and 3,200, that is the difference of rupees 4,800. This amount had not been yet presented for the payment. But what would I have done? I would have deducted this amount. I would have written this amount. I would have, in case of cash book, while preparing, starting a PRS through cash book, I would have added this amount of rupees 8,000 in my bank column, and also my BRS. I would have also increased this 8,000 in my BRS. But in this case, we are starting from balance as per passbook. We'll have to deduct the difference of this amount in from the PRS. So we will checks issued but not presented for the payment for 4,800 rupees. We will deduct this difference of 8,000 and 3,200 here, and we will deduct it from PRS. So next is a check of rupees 2,200 paid by him into the bank on 26 March is not yet being credited in the passbook. So this 2,200 rupees had been a check paid by him to the bank on Mohan had issued a check, paid a check to the bank of rupees 2,200, but it has not been yet credited to my bank account. It has not been yet credited to my passbook. But what would I have done? I would have again decreased this amount from my passbook. So what would I have done? I would increase this amount of 2,200 in my BRS. Next, he had also received a check of rupees 500, although entered by him in the bank column of cash book was omitted to be paid in the bank. So what I will do now, he has received a check of rupees 500 He entered this in bank column of the cash book, but he omitted to be paid into the bank. It was omitted to be paid into the bank. He received a check of rupees 500. He entered in the passbook, but he forgotten to deposit that check to the bank. So what I will do? I will increase this 500 rupees to my plus items. Why to my BRS? Why? I would have been decreased in that case if I was preparing this as per cash book. But now I will decrease this from my BRS. On 30th March, a check of rupees 1570 received by him was paid into the bank, but same was omitted to be entered in the cash book. So again, a check was received by him. He paid into the bank, but it was not entered to the cash book. He received a check, he paid to the bank, but he forgotten to enter this in the checkbook, cash book. So what he will do? Now I'll have to deduct this 1570 rupees from my BRS to balance my passbook and cash book. You can see here 1570 rupees had been deducted and written in the minus item. There was a credit of rupees 150 for interest on current account and debit of rupees 25 for bank charges. So the 150 rupees that had been credited from my that had been credited to my account for interest. What I will do, I would have increased this if I was preparing a cash book. If I would have been starting from cash book, but in this case I will deduct. So I have deducted it here. And debit of 25 rupees for bank charges. If I was preparing a cash book, I was starting a BRS from cash book, I would have deducted this amount from my bank column on BRS. Now in this case, we will add this amount to the BRS. So we will again total this, total, and we'll write the both total of both the columns here and deduct and find out the difference between both the figures. The difference of both the figures will be written as balance as per cash book, that is debit balance as per cash book. We have started from credit balance, we will end towards debit. We'll started from passbook, we will end towards cash book. And difference will be written in plus items. So this was our numericals for bank reconciliation statement. I have also added some self-practice assessments in the last of this lecture. Please go through these questions and try to do yourself. For any difficulty, you can contact me. Okay, these are the questions, self-assessment questions of all the 4 methods that we have discussed in this lecture. Try all the 4 questions and you can contact me for the solutions and any difficulty. Till then, thank you. We will meet in a next lecture